We are 48 schools across 14 cities, but together we are one Shawnee mission, and we are all in.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 1 of season 2 of Shawnee Mission Mic'd Up. I'm your host, Dr. Mike Schumacher. I'm the proud superintendent of the Shawnee Mission School District.
And Brittany Gonzer, Director of Professional Learning. Happy to serve as your co-host. Here we go.
Yeah. So welcome everyone to our first episode. We're very excited, as we've just said. Of course, we're taking over from Dr. Hubbard and Dr. Higgins, who kicked off season 1 last year. They did an amazing job.
Big shoes to fill. Great start. Yeah, impressive.
Yeah, so they kicked us off. They did a wonderful job. And, of course, on that last episode, we did some transition with them and talked about the successes that they had over the course of that first season and what they tried to accomplish, what they did accomplish in that first season, and what we hope to accomplish in ours. So
they've set us up very nicely. We are very grateful to them. And, man, just fantastic job last year.
Absolutely. So I say we just dive right in, right?
Let's give it a go.
Okay, yeah. So in this episode, we're going to be talking a lot about the beginning of the school year. A lot of great things taking place here to start off the school year.
It is busy.
Yeah. And one of the things that we started off with as a leadership team was determining a theme.
Yeah.
So
talk to us more about this theme. I think the word's out. The theme is all in, but what's that all about? What's that really mean, Dr. Schumacher?
Yeah, so we started that conversation, March, April, and tried to build off of that one Shawnee mission, which has been our theme since, I think, the pandemic. Yeah. Building off of that piece of we are one team, we're one Shawnee mission, and we all work together. And then we were just thinking that, what's the next step? We've wrapped up phase 1 of our strategic plan. We're getting ready to kick off phase 2 of our strategic plan. Yep. And what better, I guess, phrasing than to say, we're all in. Let's do it. Let's get this done. So
I love that sense of togetherness that it brings with it, but also really that sense of commitment too, right? Like we are truly all in this together. And I've always appreciated our kind of mentality around our kids, if you will. I feel like it really captures that. So
that's right.
It's going to be a fun one to guide us through the year.
I agree. And so, all of our teams are starting to think about ways in which they can incorporate that all in. I was with Dr. Ziegler recently, and she's thinking we're all in for attendance, for full-time attendance.
Okay.
We're all in for the strategic plan. As you mentioned, we're all in for students. We're all in for our community. A lot of ways that we can use that. And so we're really diving into it.
Yeah. I've already seen some fun things out there, lots of huddle-themed things out in the buildings. We've got a lot of creative people out there. I'm excited to see where they take that.
We really do. And shout out to our communications team who worked on that graphic. I think it pops. I mean, it really works, and we're using it across all of our socials and all of those ways as well.
I think it's catching on. Word is out there, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So you've been busy over the course of the summer.
Yeah, keeping busy.
As have I.
No doubt.
Right. But the rest of our team has as well. So do you want to maybe kick it off and talk about some of the things you've been working on this summer to get ready?
Yeah, it's been wonderful. Gotten to see a lot of familiar faces, lots of friends over the course of the summer. I think people may not realize just how much professional learning has taken place over the summer. Right. There have just been teams in the buildings, all throughout the summer, focus on things like new math curriculum, new science resources, letters training has continued, character strong. Again, just going back to that all in, really seeing the commitment from people. It's just been great to get to see those familiar faces all summer and see what they've been up to. So professional learning has definitely kept us busy over the summer. Jumpstart as well. We've had our youngest, newest learners.
They're the cutest.
Oh my goodness, they're adorable.
Did you get out to any buildings?
I did get to get out to a couple of buildings, yes. Yeah. It was a good reminder of why I don't teach pre-K anymore.
Absolutely. It was amazing. So I got out to, like you said, a few buildings as well, and they're the cutest little guys.
It was fantastic.
They're not quite ready for the rituals and the strategies.
They're getting there.
They're getting there, and that's the purpose of it. But these teachers, I think we're doing as much work with the parents as with the little learners.
Understandably,
right.
Yes.
I mean, they're nervous parents, and they're dropping their precious kids off with us, for that first time.
And those kids are ready to lead now.
They're going.
It's amazing to see them on the last day of Jumpstart. They know the building. They know what they're doing. They're ready to show everybody. It's super cool that we offer that. Yeah.
It's great. And, of course, Dr. Neal heads that up for us.
Amazing.
She does a great job.
Yep, amazing.
Yeah, Summer Academy was off and running as well.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Ziegler, Mr. Leday, working with those learners also. Summer Enrichment, also led by Dr. Ziegler. Linda Long, Laura Brogdon. Get out to any summer enrichment sites?
I did, yeah. That was at Westridge Middle School this year.
It was.
Fantastic. Some amazing programs. I know they had some new sessions we hadn't offered before in the past. It was one of those things you walk in, you're like, I just want to stay here all day. Like, let's do that. The science projects and things they had, it was awesome.
That's the one I went to. And
Yeah.
they said that, I think it started 30 years ago, something like that. Did you hear that stat?
I didn't hear that, but I believe it. I know it's got
don't
quite
quote
the
me on that,
history.
but I think it was the first summer enrichment class, and then everything kind of built off of that. And it's still one of our most popular summer enrichments. I think that the multiple sessions.
You can see why. I mean, gosh, as
Yeah.
a kid, that would be so much fun.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
So the one I went into, the kids were holding snakes and doing all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, some of them were far braver than I was.
Yeah,
I kind of eased my way to the back of the room at some of those moments, but I was still there to watch and support.
They offered for me to do the same thing, and
No go.
no snakes for me.
No go.
Don't trust anything without feet.
I like that.
Yeah, you can use that. Strategic plan.
Yeah.
That was huge.
That was
you
tremendous.
Yeah, so you led one of our action teams.
I did, yeah. I had the pleasure of doing so. It was a wonderful opportunity. Got to hear from so many voices in our community. Again, Dr. Neal did a fabulous job of leading all of that work. But I got to be part of the mental health team,
Right.
Which was really amazing since that came directly from our students.
100%.
I know I can speak for my whole team when I say we all felt really responsible and proud to do that work because it came from them. It was really, really an honor to be a part of. So,
Yeah, and you guys, of course, did a wonderful job, and I would agree. I mean, I was fortunate to be a part of the steering committee who pushed those 6 strategies out, and we do have 6 strategies rather than 5 in our last phase.
Yeah, we'll have to dive more into that at some point this year. I think that deserves some additional talking points. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll get more in depth on that. But a lot of great work, and of course, we're only mentioning a few of our programs and a few of our folks, but a lot of effort going into getting ready for the school year and getting ready for our kids. I mean, it's such an exciting time of the year.
It's a busy time of the year. It's awesome just thinking ahead, thinking about the start of a fresh new school year. So busy, but busy in a good way.
Yeah,
for sure.
So the last few weeks, we've wrapped up a lot of big events to get ready for teachers and to get ready for our kids. Let's talk a little bit about some of those.
Yeah, so we had the office staff breakfast. That was probably the first, if we're going chronologically here.
Yeah, thinking chronologically, it was.
That's a big to do, and those are some really important people in that room.
Huge. I mean, we joke, but it's a joke, but who really runs a school?
It's a joke, but it's not.
It's a
right?
joke, but it's not. But that office staff,
That's
they
right.
really know. They have their pulse on what's going on in those buildings. They talk with
keep
everyone.
Track of so many things
coming
It's
in and
incredible.
out.
Yeah.
So that's an annual event. I don't know if every school district does that, but it's a chance for us to say thanks to those office staff folks and for all that they do and kick off the school year. We provide them breakfast. And then something also really great that we do is we provide some professional learning for them.
Yeah.
So I know that you were instrumental as well in extending that and doing more over the course of not just that time, but throughout the year too.
Yeah, it's definitely a goal of ours moving forward. We want to do more and more of it, just because those individuals do so much for us. Whatever we can do to make their lives a little bit easier, and if they're asking for it, absolutely.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
Yep. It was a
big
great
one.
event, and I sang. Yeah.
I did hear that. I didn't get to witness that myself, but I hear there's video evidence.
There is. It's held really tightly. No one's really seen that outside of a few core people. So
I'll do what I can to change that. Yeah,
okay,
I'm on it.
We'll see. You were instrumental in leadership retreat as well.
Yeah, man, talk about a fun 2 days. It's just re-energizing. So for anyone who hasn't gotten to be a part of that, we get all of our district administrators in one place. So everyone from our building principals to, our business office staff, everybody top to bottom, about 150 individuals, and just really make sure everybody's on the same page with what's the vision, what are the goals, are we all rowing in the same direction? And you just leave there with such a sense of high energy, right? Everybody's ready to hit the ground running. It's incredibly humbling too. Man, the people in that room, they just work tirelessly, and it's really motivating. You're like, all right, I want to do some of that.
Exactly. And the talent that we have in that room.
Unbelievable.
It's intimidating, but it's such an honor that we get to hire those folks and they get to work with our kids on a daily basis. It's inspirational being with them.
Yeah, and you leave that and you're like, wow, our kids are in the best hands. They truly are. There's nothing that makes you feel more proud.
Absolutely.
It's a great event every year.
Yeah, for sure. One final thing that I had an opportunity to attend was we have a transportation meeting as well.
I've never attended that. Tell us more.
It's great. So they host all of our drivers and monitors over at Shawnee Mission West. If folks don't know, we contract out with DS Bus, right. So they're an outside vendor. Even though they're an outside vendor, though, we view them as our folks.
Yeah, they're truly a partner, right?
Huge.
Yeah.
And they oftentimes are the very first contact our kids have during the school day, right?
Yep.
So they get on that bus, and that monitor, that driver greets them with a smile, and really sets the course for the school day for them to be successful. So
huge impact.
Huge impact. And they're our most precious cargo, clearly,
yep.
right? So just an opportunity for myself, Dr. Stubblefield, to get over there. Dr. Stubblefield is our deputy superintendent who oversees transportation. Yeah. Get over there and just say thanks and just show some appreciation for all that they do for us.
Couldn't do it without them. Yeah.
Thankless work. And this may be a good opportunity to talk about one of the things that we're reminding our staff to keep in the forethought as they go through the school year. So every chance I get that we're talking with our staff is we're talking about being ridiculously positive.
Love it.
So it started with our district leadership team. We're talking about that with our leadership folks, our administrators, transportation, everyone. So really have this thought that we can set the course, set the attitude for the day, and really change the feel for the building and have a direct impact on how kids are feeling in school by our attitude. So I think it's resonated with people, and it's something that we're going to continue to talk about throughout the course of the year.
I think not just the impact on the individual about being ridiculously positive, but kind of that contagious effect, right? When you're ridiculously positive, everyone around you wants to rise to that level too. And boy, talk about making an impact there if everybody is in that same frame of mind.
Yeah,
so,
and it's going to be hard at times, but that'll be the challenge, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
So those are one big thing that I love every school year is new team member academy.
Me too.
It is
near
so
and dear
great.
to my heart.
It is so great, and it should be near and dear to your heart because you do so much work with it. We just wrapped that up. It was a huge success. You want to talk a little bit about what happened there?
Absolutely. It is, like you said, just one of the best events of the year. Just, again, you leave with that sense of energy and that responsibility. Like these new team members, they chose us, right? They're part of Team Shawnee Mission now. We want to take care of them and welcome them and just set them up for success. So it was wonderful to see all those faces and names and people that we've heard about, but to actually have them there in the seats, it all of a sudden gets really real. And man, just so many hands that go into that. From everybody high and low district-wide gets involved in that. So our facilities team, operations, maintenance, all those individuals, communications helps out, with marketing and messaging and all those things. And gosh, our curriculum and instruction team, heavy lift for them. They do so much. They are planning the most specialized sessions for people they've never even met yet. They're really dialed into, how do we personalize this and make it as relevant as possible. And I just hope people know the amount of thought and intentionality that goes into that. It's incredible to see everybody come together that way. Our instructional coaches spend hours upon hours preparing for that because they want those individuals to find success and enjoy that time. And in addition to just wanting them to be ready to go and ready for their first year, we also want them to just have a ton of fun. Like know what we're all about, what are our values, and just set them on the right course for the year.
This work should be fun, right?
Absolutely.
We're in Shawnee Mission. We're in the field of education. We're working with kids. This is a blast.
Get to work with kids every day. Let's
so,
enjoy it.
And a huge thank you to you. Tremendous amount of work that went into that.
Truly a pleasure. Yeah. And like I said, many hands that go into that. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's about 230 we had over the course of 3 days.
I think we're pushing like the 245 number right now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
A lot of people in that auditorium when I was there.
Yeah, it's our own little rock concert or something.
It is. We got a chance to welcome our Kansas Commissioner of Education. He spoke with them. He did a great job, and such a privilege to have him with us.
I'm pretty sure he was going to tell them all they chose correctly.
He felt a little short.
That was essentially what he said, right? That's what I heard.
Exactly. That's what I heard too. Aside from some of those things, what was one of your favorite parts of NTA this year?
Yeah, the bus tour is always one of my favorite parts. That's something that's unique to Shawnee Mission, something that people who've been in other districts, they say, I've never done that anywhere.
Yeah. Talk more about that. What does that look like?
So whatever building you work at, you're part of a feeder pattern, right? So that first day of NTA, we all meet at our feeder pattern high schools, load up onto some nice air-conditioned buses, because as always, it was nice and toasty. And we take them around and tour all the buildings in their feeder pattern, so they really get a feel for the community that they serve. And oftentimes you don't get that experience as a teacher, right? You either, as an elementary teacher, maybe your neighborhood or the building that you serve in, but not the greater community. And same thing with the high school. There's a chance you've never even been to half the schools in your feeder pattern sometimes. So we always get great feedback from that, and it's always just a ton of fun. Plus our building administrators get to share a little bit and show their personalities off too, which is always a good time.
They're on stage a little bit on that bus.
They speak to their schools a little bit. So that's always a fun one. And then those individual sessions for their content area too are great, because that's when you see people's passion really start to come out too. Right. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the clap out.
Clap out. That was going to be mine. A clap out is so great.
Yeah, I think maybe like all in and all out is actually the theme for clap out. Yeah. Mascots, signs, noisemakers, crazy costumes.
And it's grown year over year. It started off
it just gets bigger.
Yeah.
It's such a simple thing, but it's evolved so much that you'd never know it. Like it doesn't take us a whole lot of time. It doesn't take a whole lot of money. It's just everybody coming together to show how happy we are that these new team members are with us. So that's really what it's about.
One of the things I'm most proud of is the fact that, this is before contract for our returning teachers, right? Yeah. And year over year, they've continued to show out more and more and more to welcome their colleagues to the Shawnee Mission School District. It's just a testament of who we are. Yeah,
it's great. And that feeling as a new teacher, man, all these people are here to welcome you. You can't beat it.
I love it. That's great.
Same.
Well, congratulations on such a great event.
Job well done. Again, many hands.
Yeah. Yep. So we want to talk about a few back to school stats.
Yeah, I learned a few things preparing for this episode. These are pretty incredible when you think about all the things that go into preparing for a new school year.
Right. So I don't know. Do you want to cherry pick a few here? I've got a couple that are of particular interest to me. Why don't you lead us off?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, the one that stood out to me was 4 new elementary school playgrounds.
Right.
That's awesome. And all of them now are inclusive to all of our students. That's a huge thing that we should be celebrating.
Huge, right? And so that has been an effort of the school district for the last few years, and it's so exciting to be able to say that all of our elementaries have inclusive playgrounds, and such a testament to our student who brought that to us, Olivia. Just a great tribute to her and her efforts. A legacy, so that's great. I love that call out.
Yep.
Food service, of course, everyone is interested in food service. So a few stats here, guys. 14,469 summer lunches served.
That's crazy.
Nuts. Yeah. Look at this number. 2,476,336 lunches served last year. That's a
fantastic.
That's a lot of food. So
that's a lot of food.
We're really running multiple restaurants across
small cities,
right? 12,000 pounds of fresh grapes, 200,000 hours of work by our food service employees, and again, just we could not get this done without them.
Yeah, when you think about how that sets our kids up for a successful day of learning, that's tremendous.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any other call-outs here that interest you?
Let's look through a couple of these. I'm just gonna grab a few others here. I'm seeing something about approximately 400 boxes of bandages have been distributed already, getting our nurses ready to go, ice packs being prepared, classroom care kits. Wow.
Absolutely. All 42 wood gym floors throughout the district received a new coat of seal.
It's a lot of gym floors.
That's a lot of gym floors.
I don't know about you, but I get a little nostalgic, that gym floor smell as we talk about it.
It is. That reminds you of back to school, just that scent.
Yeah.
But again, these are just examples, everyone, of all of the work that's taking place across this organization to get ready for welcoming our kids and our staff at the beginning of the school year. So just great work. Great work.
So many people.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, a lot of information that we covered.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are we ready to kind of put a bow on this first episode?
I think so. I think we are all ready to launch new school year. I think everybody's excited, high energy, all in, right?
We're ready. We're all in.
Go.
Let's do it. So just a reminder that new episodes of the show will drop every other week on Thursdays. You can check out past episodes on smsd.org and send us story ideas or feedback.
Yeah.
We would love to have that.
Absolutely.
Want to be better. We want this to be a place where we can answer questions and engage with our supportive community. We have some ideas, but again, we would love for you to give us some feedback and make sure that we're delivering content that our community is interested in.
Absolutely, and nobody has better ideas out there than the people that are joining us. So yeah, we'd love to hear from them.
For sure.
Yep. So speaking of future episodes, give us a little bit of insights. What are we doing next? Where are we going from here?
We're going on the road.
Yes,
yeah.
I can't wait.
Absolutely.
Where are we going?
We are going to Rushton Elementary, and so for those that do not know, we are opening up another brand new school thanks to our bond and our supportive community that has supported that. So Rushton Elementary has a brand new building. We're going to go on site. We're going to, of course, interview the principal, maybe the secretary.
Got to find some students.
Some kids. It is a beautiful building. You were
fantastic.
Instrumental in that. It is such. It almost looks like we just strategically, perfectly dropped a school in this community.
And it's wild. It's on the exact same site. You just, you kind of come up over that hill and you're like, wow, that's a change.
There it is. There it is. It's going to do so much for that community. We love it. So
we're
going to go out there and introduce our community to that brand new school.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should thank a few people before we wrap this one up.
Let's do it.
McKenna Campbell, music tech student at Shawnee Mission East, for creating our music.
Such great. Yeah.
Incredible talent. Yeah. From a student right here. That's fantastic.
Yeah. And of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't thank our communications team, who is recording and doing all of the legwork for us. They do a fantastic job of making us look moderately good and sound
showing us
good.
the ropes.
Showing us the ropes, being patient with us.
They've got a tough gig right now.
They really do. And we're changing things a little bit from what Dr. Hubbard and Dr. Higgins did last year. They had a quote. We're kind of shifting gears and making it a little more visual. So let's want to do a lead on what we're going to do?
Yeah, our featured all-in photo of each episode. So something that really kind of embodies that all-in spirit. A great story to tell. It's so fun to watch our community tell their own story and on various outlets and social media and whatnot. So I'm really tapping into that and just sharing those stories. So we've got one coming to us this time around from Summer Jumpstart.
Right.
Field trip is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, so back to our Jumpstart, like you said, Dr. Neal and Shawnee Galloway was one of the principals over there. She posted this super cute picture that those that are watching on YouTube are seeing, but darling picture. It's been a tradition that they go to the Stone Line Puppet Theater, and just a great example of those connections that they're making with each other. And the fun that they're having learning how to be students in the Shawnee Mission School District.
Yeah, and connections with our community too, right? So I think that's so great because it's not just, our teachers and parents that care about our kids. It's our greater community that's really invested and I guess really all in as well. So
yeah, it comes back to
this. Really taking
keep
off.
coming back to all in.
Okay,
I love it. So you're going to hear a lot about all in and a lot of other things throughout the course of this awesome season.
That's right.
Brittany, I'm really looking forward to working with you.
Pleasure. This is going to be great fun. I'm excited for the adventure.
Absolutely.
And thanks everybody for joining us along the way.
Absolutely.
There we go.
One Shawnee Mission. We're all in. Thank you.